The Morgan Report with David Morgan. Discover how to build and protect your wealth at themorganreport.com.
David Morgan with you for the week ending August 2nd, 2024, with another weekly perspective. Well, this one will be short. We just published the August edition of the Morgan Report, and I want to bring the front page to everyone's attention on the free consultation. This will not last forever, and if you are interested in verifying what I'm saying, here's what the consultations are. So you really are getting a pretty good value. You have the opportunity here. Again, I'll probably leave it up for another, probably to the end of August. Take it down and leave it at that. So as I said, the August edition has been completed. It will be posted later today. And I will not go through the whole thing, but I'll go over here to the right. And opening thoughts had to do a lot with what's going on in the longer term with obviously the macro picture, what's happening with potentially the presidential election, what's the normal or the most likely outcomes with one or two candidates being either left or right, what to expect from the powers that be. Then there's some articles about did the petrodollar agreement ever exist? Talking about China, what's really going on there. Our typical blockchain brief, and then we did an update on Aris. I should say a feature on Aris Mining, where we go through as we do. If you've never read the report or been a subscriber, it's definitely a Wall Street quality report. It's on that very interesting mining company. And then, of course, the portfolio, and we did make a change this month. One of our speculations was in a quiet or blackout period. I couldn't say anything. I couldn't get an interview because when there's a material change, per the SEC mandates, you cannot do a material change and without making it a public recognition, like with the press release. So while the negotiations or whatever are going on, you're basically in a dark period. And that's what was taking place with this particular company. When it came out and made their press release, I was not happy with what they did. I don't run the company, I'm just a shareholder, so I decided to go ahead and sell mine, and I gave the reasons for that. Actually, I'll sell after my 3 days after this letter gets posted on Monday, so I'll wait till Thursday so that I'm not front-running anybody because the price will probably go down further. But there's a good reason, or at least in my logic, why this speculation is no longer worth holding. One thing I am going to do for members, current members, old members, and new members is I'm going to go through all the speculations one by one and explain exactly why I bought them and what I was looking for. And from a fundamental perspective, in almost all cases, the reasons for owning them still exist or have gotten stronger. There's a couple exceptions, the one I just mentioned that we're going to sell, and there's another one that's been on us for a very, very long time, and still probably going to hang in there as far as holding it, but it can't go much lower, but the chances of it recovering are rather small. But I'll probably leave it on the list for people that really want to rank speculation. So moving on, I'll just finish off. I'll read the final thoughts from this edition. The editorial this month covers the most probable outlook for the financial markets going forward because the money powers still control things. However, there are things out of their control. The United States dollar-yen trade has collapsed from 160-147 as the mother of all global liquidity gets devastated by the yen carry trade and it unwinds. This will impact every asset on the planet. This trade was a license to print money. The money powers are trying to mitigate this with interest rates, but this could or will fail at some point. The yield in the 10-year Treasury bonds moved all over the place from, in the 5s to 4.75, as I say here, 5.7. It's tanked as low as 3.8 in that range, and it continues to fluctuate. The global financial markets are now traumatized and running to the central bank. The yields are due to the most inverted yield curve in the history for the past 2 years. A 50-point basis cut in the Fed funds rate will produce a knee-jerk reaction when that takes place. It's probably going to take place in September. basis the indications we got from the last meeting, which means that the if it does take place, stock market will rally. Commentators will make all kinds of positive remarks about, interest rates have peaked, and, bond people are going to be happy because as interest rates come down, bond prices go up, and on it goes. And it'll spill through, and that, in my view, will be a knee-jerk reaction. But in the long term, it may not prove to be that effective. And also, the Fed funds rate is set by the Federal Reserve, but the overall interest rates really aren't. They can set the discount window of the Fed funds rate, but they can't really set what the currency markets do, what foreign exchange markets do, like the Japanese carry trade, as I just outlined. And because of that fact, there is a possibility that the Fed funds rate could get cut. Happy times are here, and then later on, interest rates are actually forced higher because in order to take the old maid, you have to make it worthwhile, and you do that by offering a higher fee or a higher rate of return or a higher interest rate for people or banks or governments or hedge funds or whatever that buy heavily into the bond market. To make it worth their while, you've got to offer them a higher price, and that's a higher interest rate. Coming back to the last paragraph, in Wall Street, the gunslingers know that the real issue is a line between good and evil. The system at this point is largely evil, and it will not continue a lot longer. The Wall Street greed will continue until it actually quits working. At some point, the markets will return to reality, and prices will reflect the value of stocks, bonds, real estate, and commodities. No one knows the timing. Admittedly, we were early. However, now is the time to sit tight and know you are right. The big lie, as I call it, getting something for nothing, really is unwinding. We know that for many, many reasons, not only gold making nominal new highs, but what's going on in alt markets, such as the cryptocurrency space, which is gaining more and more momentum. More and more people are looking for alternatives. They're looking at the reality of whatever the financial press says, which most of those people really are too busy working to even pay attention to it. But what they do know is what they pay for groceries to fill up their gas tank and how much a house costs. And when they see all that, they become disillusioned with the American dream. And this isn't just the American dream. It's pretty much across the board or globally. So I've talked enough. That's it for this week's Weekly Perspective. We'll be back with you next week. One last thing I want to point out. I continue to look at the crypto market and Bitcoin in particular. This came out in February of this year, near the end of February. Satoshi warned against labeling Bitcoin as an investment. This is from Blockworks. You can look it up. It's a short article, really, not that long. You can read it. Something, if you are invested in Bitcoin, certainly it's worth your time. And for those that aren't really familiar with how to navigate our site, which is very easy, actually, but one of the main places to go, really, on everything we do for free, which is quite a bit, is just go to the blog page. So I'm on the blog page now. There is a search engine over here. You might miss it. It's kind of light, and it's right at the top with the search symbol. But if you type in crypto conspiracy and hit enter, what you will get is the 30 podcasts that I've done with others, of course, over several months. They're evergreen. You go back here and you keep going back. You'll get to the first one, which is where you actually should start. And there is the first one with myself and John Perez. Second one was me and John Perez. And you can come up. If you're going to really skip through, I would suggest you listen to number 3 and number 14. And I'm probably going to do one more. I'm trying to get with Steve St. Angelo and talk about just the Bitcoin mining aspect of this whole crypto situation. There's quite a bit of information that people aren't familiar with. So there is that. And also these icons over here are quick access to our YouTube channel, Twitter feed, LinkedIn presence, and the corporate side of Facebook. And if you go to the YouTube channel, you will find that we have this community section right here. And if you click on that, you will see things that I post. And Lots of stuff, I post was kind of borderline. Like this one was private, so you're not going to be able to see it. So I'll have to edit that out. Proof of Waste, very interesting podcast. You might be interested in, kind of goes along with what I just talked about the crypto conspiracy, cashless society. So what I'm bringing to your attention is that this community page of mine is videos that I find worth my time and yours to be educated in basically almost anything. It's primarily financial, but not always. It could be esoteric. It could be spirituality. It could be a lot of health. It could be a lot of things. Regardless, you want to look at that every now and again. I'm going to be posting something later after I watch it today, now that I've finished the report on blockchain innovation or something that has to do with kind of both sides of the same coin. And after watching it, if it meets, my idea of something worthwhile, I'll definitely post it up here in the community section. So that's it. I'm going to sign off. This is David Morgan of MorganReport.com with the Weekly Perspective, and I'll be back with you next week. Hello, it's David Morgan again. The financial landscape has drastically shifted since the pandemic. The old rules, they no longer apply. Inflation is spiraling, and traditional investment paths aren't making you wealthy. You're watching your wealth diminish. But here's the good news. You don't have to be a passive spectator to your own financial decline. We're thrilled to announce an exclusive limited-time offer at the Morgan Report. For those who join us now as premium or mastermind members, you'll receive a complimentary 30-minute consultation with me. With decades of experience, I can help you navigate even the toughest economic climates. This is your chance to get personalized advice tailored just for you. But act fast, this offer won't last long. Whether you're looking to refine your current financial strategy or start fresh, this consultation could be the turning point. Imagine having direct access to insights that could safeguard and grow your investments during these volatile times. Signing up is easy. Just head over to themorganreport.com. As a member, not only will you get this exclusive consultation, but you'll also gain immediate access to the Morgan Report Opportunities, a resource where we share our top investment recommendations and strategies. Don't just take our word for it. New members can try us out for 30 days. If you find the consultation and advisory newsletter isn't for you, we'll refund your money. Remember, this offer is only available for a limited time. Don't miss your chance to get ahead in this uncertain economic climate. Join as a premium or mastermind member today and start your journey toward a more secure financial future. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about the offer or your investment strategy, leave us a message. Until next time, stay smart, stay safe, and keep building your wealth.